guys, this is old Nancy54 here. Welcome back to another review. And today's review, I'll be reviewing the Hiya Toys Exquisite Basic Godzilla X Con, the New Empire, Godzilla Evolved. So this is the box. I apologize if the camera angle is a little bit wonky or whatever. I am doing it in this style again. But yeah, so this is the box. A very nice box, and mine is a little bit damaged, which is unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. You can't really do anything. I can't really do anything about that. So this is the front. Very nice background with Godzilla. You can see it kind of looks like the poster just extended more or something. I don't know. So this is the front. Shows logos. Godzilla. Kind of wish they put Godzilla Evolved. But, you know, it's still Godzilla. This is the side. Showing Godzilla X Con New Empire. The logos. And the promo picture of the figure. This is the back. Showing more promotion images. The other side. Showing Godzilla's spikes. And the top says Godzilla X Con New Empire. And the bottom shows the same thing. So, I already unboxed them, so let's get on with the review. Alright, so here we have the Hiya Toys Exquisite Basic Godzilla X Con The New Empire. The first release. There is a second variant coming out, and I skipped on that one so I can get this guy. And mostly because I wanted to get this guy for a while. So, here's Godzilla Evolved in all of his glory. And he did come with accessories. He came with accessories. I'll show those kind of toward the end of the video. But anyways, hope I won't forget. So this is the newest, well not newest, the latest incarnation of the Monsterverse Godzilla, where he evolves into this form, which I do love a lot, in my opinion. But people do have their own, and that's fine. But frankly, it's just a it's just a design. It's gonna stay forever unless he like evolves and keeps evolving in the next film. We'll just have to see. But for now, we just have to accept what he is. That sounds stupid of me to say, but you know, what are you gonna do? Anyways, so overall, this guy looks great. So let's get on with his sculpt in detail. So the sculpt and detail on this figure is very good. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell by the lighting in this room, but I think, as I just said, the sculpt and detail is pretty good. Or at least in my opinion. You can see the ridges on Godzilla, and I don't know if you guys can see I know this is not great lighting, but I apologize. I'm trying the best I can here with this. But you can see I guess the abs of Godzilla evolved. I know the lighting is not great once again, but there's that. You can see more of the ridges or the scale or whatever, like the scales that he has. You also see some nice detail on the spikes, like the little ridges, as you can probably see. They're pretty good. And all the way down to his stagomizers. So overall, I think the sculpting and detailing on my figure I mean, it's pretty much the same as any other ones I've seen or reviews on. And I know this is not very great photography I have, but it's the best I can do. Well, yeah, I think overall, for Godzilla Evolved, detailing and sculpt is pretty much like it just walked out of the movie, which I hold dearly to my heart. I love the movie, even though people do have their opinions, and that's okay. At the end of the day, it is what it is. So yeah, I think overall detail. Oh, you can see the nice detail on his spikes. Well, not under his tail. My bad. You can see the detail on under his tail and his body as well. But yeah, overall, I think. Oh, also the extra set of hands he comes with, and the detail on these. This, I know you guys can see it's a little bit might be a little bit blurry, but yeah, you can see some detailing on nice detailing on the details that are all on the normal set of hands. So overall detailing, okay. I'm trying to adjust the lighting here on this camera. I'm using my phone for this. But yeah, overall, sculpt and detail, both for the figure and the set of hands, are great. Alright, next we're going to talk about paint job. I think the paint job is overall pretty good. I'll talk about a little bit about the spikes, but overall, I mean, there's a very good paint job. The paint job is pretty great. I'm going to bring up the light here. You can see the paint very better. He's like covered in some like, I would call it like a dusted paint throughout the body. It might be hard to tell. Some of his tail, pretty good. Overall, I think he's like the normal color for him is a dark grayish with some added brown painted, look like there's dirt on him. And same with the same with the hands, pretty much the same color. And his toes or his feet are basically the same as the hands. So yeah, the eyes are pretty good. I think hard to tell on camera, but I think mine might be looking straight. The teeth paint could have been a little bit better. As you can probably tell by the paint on the teeth, could have been could have been a little bit better, but oh well, it is what it is. But overall, I do like the paint on the spikes. The painting could have been a little bit better, I would have to say, especially along where you can't see, or you can see there's no paint more paint added. Same thing with the middle spike, and same with these other spikes right here. So overall, I think the paint on the spikes could have been a little bit better, but you know, it is what it is. But I think the paint for the spikes is like a lightish pink with some added dark pink to it. You can probably see, but yeah. Also, I forgot, the mouth is painted very well. So overall, paint wise, other than the spike paint, could have been a little bit better. But overall, I think paint is it's decent. I should have said that earlier. But overall, paint pretty good. Same with the extra set of hands. But yeah, so that's the paint job. Alright, next will be the articulation of Godzilla Evolved. So, we got his head, which is a little bit limited, but you know, It is what it is. He can look up kind of all the way, but he can't really look down all the way. Which is kind of a bummer, but oh well, it is what it is. And his jaw is on a hinge. Very nice. He can move his arms all the way out. And I don't think they can go a full 360, just like all the other ones I've gotten. Same thing with the other arm. This arm's a little stiff, however. Yeah, this one's a little stiff. But yeah, his arms can go all the way out. And he can move his hands. Same thing goes for the extra hands, which I'll show in the accessories. Because there's only two. But yeah. Anyways, he has an ab crunch. A little very limited ab crunch though, but it is what it is. And we got this middle spike. The middle dorsal fin or spike, whatever. And it actually can, you can actually move it like that, which is, I thought that was weird at first when I got him, but I think that helps with the move, with posing him, I guess. So yeah, that's what it does. I would just be careful, don't move it too much or you might break it. Anyways, got his legs. Mine's a little bit stiff at the moment, so you can hear a lot of squeakiness from the joints. I'm probably forgetting a lot of things, but you know, this is how I just do reviews, or try my best to. And its tail can go all the way like that. So articulation, not that bad. You know, mine's it's been kind of limited, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not very too picky about that. So overall, that's the articulation. Even though mine's a little bit stiff, but articulation is great, in my opinion. So that's that. Alright, next will be paint job. If you're wondering why this looks different, it's because I had to switch over to the camera on here because my phone was running out of storage, and yeah, so I had to go get this set up and record the rest of the review since my phone is somehow running out of storage, which is annoying, but I got it covered now. So anyways, this is the comparisons. I always forget these, so even though the camera looks a little bit weird because I'm doing it on my computer now than my phone right here. So, oh well, it is what it is. So, we're comparing them to the 2014 Bandai Movie Must series. Yeah, I know the camera looks very weird from this angle, but here's what I could do. If I do it again on my phone, it will stop recording. I have to deal with more storage crap, which is annoying. But anyways, so comparing them to, it's very hard to tell from this angle because, well, I had to switch over to here. I'm annoyed by that, actually, but oh well. So, yeah, Godzilla Evolved is a little bit more taller than the Movie Monster Series Godzilla 2014. Excuse me, sorry. So, anyways, I'm going to put him right there. And next we'll bring the other Movie Monster Series. Sorry. The Godzilla 2000 2.0. There's both of them side by side, and we're doing them from the front. And just like with Godzilla 2014, Godzilla Evolved is still taller than the Godzilla 2000 2.0. So there's that comparison. I'm so bad at these, but whatever. And the second to last figure is the NECA Godzilla 1954. Yes, I still have all my NECA figures, Godzilla figures, even though some, as I keep saying in my past few videos, going off topic here, is that I am moving out of this location, and whenever the whenever they my whenever that gets done. But anyways, I'm not gonna keep saying it because it's probably getting annoying. But anyways, continuing on. So here we have the Godzilla Evolved compared to NECA's Godzilla 1954. So there's both of them side by side. Turn them around, and they're barely just, well, I know that's kind of cheating right there. They're barely almost the same height, almost like an eye to eye if I didn't switch, or I didn't move Godzilla Evolve up a little bit. So they're almost, I think they're almost the exact same height. It's hard to tell from this angle. As I said with the past two figures I ever did. But anyways, there's that one. And the second to last is my other recent higher figure. It is the Godzilla 1999, aka Godzilla 2000. So here they are, compared side by side. Uh, Again, just like with, uh, I'm not, I'm getting them straight up. So I think Godzilla 2000 is a 1999, or Godzilla 2000 is a little bit taller than Godzilla Evolved right here. Since I think Godzilla Evolved, I think they made this guy a little bit more smaller. I think I've heard. Well, I watched a review of this guy way before I got mine. I think they shrunk him a little bit. I don't know. So that is the size comparisons of the random figures I just bought out for Godzilla Evolved. So, well, we're gonna move. That's for size comparisons. Alright, another thing we're gonna look over, well, I'm gonna talk about is the accessories that Godzilla Evolved comes with. He only comes with two accessories. Well, he only comes with, yeah, he comes with two accessories, and it is these two fist hands that I talked about throughout this video, and these are the fist hands. You guys probably know my opinion on these extra set of hands, but I have to say they're pretty good for, well, being for Evolved Godzilla or any Godzillas. You know, it's kind of, you know, they're not really necessarily needed for almost any Godzillas, or some, unless you want to make stop motion videos with fisted hands. I guess you can use those in case Godzilla's gonna fight a monster or something. Anyways, so yeah, these are the two. Oh jeez, these are the two hands that he comes with, fisted hands, as I already said. But anyways, so I am going to take. He he comes with, also he comes with his normal hands by default. So the extra hands are in the packaging, or in the clamshell that he comes in with. So yeah. So I'm going to cut here, and I'm gonna get the fisted hands on, and we'll take a look at them. Alright, I'm back after getting them on with some slight complication. I did get them on with heat. That's a better way to do it instead of forcing them off. You might break a ball joint or something. So I went with the heat treatment. So this is what he looks like with the fisted hands. I think, other than my opinions with my opinion with these fisted hands. And also, I might have just noticed that well, maybe it's just me, or maybe, I don't know. Anyways, I think the fists don't really blend in with the arms. I did not notice that when I did the paint job when I talked about the paint job on these. I don't think I might have missed that, or maybe I already mentioned it. I don't know. But these fists don't really, well, at least one of them, might be both of them. Yeah, so, yeah. But you might, I don't know. It's not really that much of a deal, but it might be hard to tell that both fists don't really blend in with the rest of the body on Godzilla's set, like the rest of the paint on his arms, they don't really match very well, but other than that, I think they look very good. Minus the inaccuracies with the fist, the paint on the fist, but I think they look pretty cool on Godzilla. Unless you want to, but these guys, well, they're mostly for like, I'm guessing you could use like stop motion or something to, if you wanted to make Godzilla fight a monster or something. Then I guess these hands are acceptable. But in my opinion, I think they are pretty much useless for me. Because I really don't do stop motions with these guys much. So, yeah, that's the accessories. So, yeah, also, when you take the fist off, you do get the, well, I already mentioned it, these are the normal hands by default. These come on with the figure. The default hands, I should say. But, yeah, those are the accessories. And here we are at the very last segment of this review. So, this is going to be my nitpicks and my final thoughts on the Hiya toys. Godzilla Exquisite Godzilla Exquisite base. I can basic or base, whatever you want to say. But Godzilla X Con, the New Empire, Godzilla Evolved. So my nitpicks will have to be the paint on the figure. They could, as I mentioned, they could added a little bit more pink on this, like right here. They could have added more pink on there, and same thing with the metal spike. And other than the T paint, they could have done a little bit better on the T paint, and that's probably it for paint wise. Um, they could have made the head, well, made the articulation the head a little bit better. Also better, kind of like the Godzilla 2000, where he can look down pretty much all that way. It might be the same for, I don't know if it's the same head joint, whatever they did for Godzilla 2000. Might be the same, but yeah, they could have made him look a little bit more down, just like Godzilla 2000, and they could have also made Godzilla evolve to look up all the way, again, like Godzilla 2000 here. But other than my nitpicks I just mentioned, I think this figure is, in my opinion, probably it might be the best figure I've gotten. I know I don't, I've gotten a decent amount of figures from the Hiya Godzilla line, Monsterverse, and the Toho Godzillas. Like I did with Godzilla 2000, I got him. You probably can't see him. But, yeah, I know there was a 2.0 version of Godzilla Evolved. I think I've heard the engineering for that might be a little bit better, and I think I heard it's gonna be a lot more better than this release. So I skipped out on it. Well, because it probably won't come out for a while. This guy was already out by then, so I wanted to get him instead of waiting for the second evolved variant, which is the atomic breath version as well. So other than my nitpicks, I love this figure. Other than the nitpicks I have, your butt, I can't speak very well. So, anyways, yeah, as I already mentioned, other than my nitpicks with this guy, I am happy that I've gotten him. I think it was a great decision for me that I picked this guy up, and you might be seeing him more in future videos. We'll just have to see. So, that's it for this review. I'll see you guys next time, and enjoy this little slideshow I did for I took pictures of this guy, and yeah. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.